I was sent to you, not by accident, but by divine purpose. You didn't arrive here alone, and you're not hearing these words by coincidence. There's a higher force guiding your steps, even when you don't understand the path. If this message touches your heart, write something in the comments to confirm it. Even a simple, "I feel this truth," or anything your soul feels called to share. Sometimes, writing is a way of sealing what heaven has already revealed. Since the beginning, someone has already felt your presence, even without ever touching your hands. There's a truth about you that echoes in the invisible, like a silent but powerful calling. And that calling has been heard by the one destined to walk beside you. While you doubted your worth, someone already recognized the beauty of your soul. While you cried in silence, an invisible bond was being strengthened. Don't think you went unnoticed. The entire universe whispered your name to the one who needed to hear it. There is a connection that can't be explained by logic. It pulses in the spirit, vibrates in your essence, and remains untouched by distance or time. You feel it sometimes, even without knowing why, as if a part of you is out there, searching for the way back. Your heart holds secrets you never had the courage to speak. But someone, in silence, already knows, already understands, already accepts. This person isn't perfect, but was made to recognize the truth about who you really are, and that, my dear, cannot be faked, only revealed. You don't need to prove anything. True love asks for no masks, no performance. Your essence, pure and sometimes wounded, is exactly what will be embraced, because their soul already knows yours. Do not despair over the delay. There is a sacred order unfolding. Divine timing is never late. It prepares, and while you wait, you are being refined for the love that lasts. You have been through pain that wasn't in vain. Each fall, each new beginning, has aligned your spirit with theirs. Even the silence had a voice in the invisible realm. And the heavens have always heard your tired prayers. The love that comes will not bring confusion, but confirmation. It won't cause doubt, but will bring peace. And that peace will be the clearest sign that the meeting is true. The soul does not lie when it recognizes what already belongs to it. Maybe he or she is still physically distant, but energetically, they are already approaching. Each choice you make now is guiding the steps of you both. Like an invisible dance, where destiny already knows the next move. Don't run from yourself, for in your authenticity, they will find you. Be who you are, without fear. The more you accept yourself, the more you attract them. For soul love is born in the mirror of truth. You are far more than the scars you carry. You are the promise being fulfilled, and what's meant for you will not be taken or replaced. Because what is spiritual cannot be broken, only awaited. I see what your eyes cannot yet see. I hear the plans made for you in silence. And today, I came to remind you, true love already knows you, even before revealing itself. Stay strong. The moment of revelation is drawing near, and when it comes, everything that seems unclear now will make sense. For you will be seen, not through the world's eyes, but through the eyes of the soul. You are deeply loved, and what was promised in heaven is making its way into your reality. Your heart will know when it's time, and I will be here, witnessing the miracle you were born to live. There are signs that begin to appear when the soul starts aligning with what is already hers. Small coincidences, yet they carry the signature of the invisible. A name that keeps showing up, a glance that feels like it was seen in a dream. You've been noticing these details, haven't you? They are not your imagination. They are reminders, clues left by divine timing so you won't forget that something greater is approaching, and that you're not alone in this. The universe speaks to those with sensitive ears, and you've been listening Even when you pretend not to, there's a part of you that already knows, that feels, that recognizes something coming, something that words can't fully explain. You were prepared on the inside long before you looked ready on the outside. This silent process, sometimes painful, it made you capable of loving deeply, and that kind of love will be returned. You've walked through deserts where no one saw you, but heavenly eyes were on every step, silent witnesses to your strength and your loyalty to something you couldn't even name. But you felt it. The one who approaches was also shaped in silence. They too faced their own emptiness. And like you, they heard promises whispered during lonely nights, promises that now begin to take form. You will see that nothing was in vain. Even the relationships that didn't work out were part of your refinement. They taught you what you no longer want, and cleared space for what heaven wants to deliver. There's a shift in the air when the reunion draws near. Your heart beats differently. Your intuition sharpens, and everything around you seems to carry a hidden meaning. You might try to rationalize it, but the spirit always perceives before the mind. It recognizes a scent, the sound, the rhythm of a one meant to touch your soul. And that one is closer than you think. The way you're being guided right now is not ordinary nor random. It is supernatural. And that's why often you feel out of place in this world. But the truth is, you didn't come here to fit in. You came to align. And alignment doesn't demand effort. It demands surrender. Trust in what you cannot yet see. The soul feels longing before the encounter. That's why, even surrounded by people, you feel a void no one fills. Because the space within you has a name, and only one soul is meant to dwell there. You dream of someone you've never met, but it feels like you've known them forever. That is not an illusion. It is spiritual memory. There are agreements made between souls before this life ever began, and your story carries one of those agreements. That's why certain meetings are inevitable. They don't depend on human effort, only timing and readiness. Do not try to rush what is eternal, but don't ignore the signs heaven is giving you. Every detail, every dream, every unusual feeling. It's all part of the revelation. You are being led down paths where your feet barely touch the ground. It's as if you're walking between two worlds. And in a way, you are, because soul love lives on the border between the visible and the unseen. Let yourself believe again, even if your trust was broken before. What's coming doesn't look like anything you've lived, because it comes from a higher origin. Pain taught you how to be strong, but love will teach you how to be light. And that lightness will be the sign that the time of the promise is unfolding. You may feel a stirring lately, like something is about to happen. That something has a name. It is energy. It is direction. And it's being guided straight to you. There is a beauty in you that you don't even see. But someone already has, and they are being drawn to it. That beauty is not in what you show, but in what you carry when you think no one is watching. Not all love stories begin with words. Some begin with energy, with dreams that feel more real than reality, with silent recognitions that happen in a crowded room, or in the middle of the night, when your soul whispers a name you don't remember learning. That name has echoed inside you more than once. You've tried to dismiss it, ignore it, forget it, but the soul doesn't forget what it once embraced beyond time. And it keeps reaching, even when the mind says, let go. You were never too much. Your depth, your sensitivity, your silent tears, all of it was preparation. You've been stretched in places others never touched. So you could be ready for the kind of love that doesn't come fast, but comes true. This connection. It won't look like a fairy tale, but it will feel like home. It won't be loud, but it will be undeniable. And when it arrives, your soul will exhale, Finally, there are moments lately when your heart races without reason. You wake up with a name or a feeling you can't explain, or feel watched, but not in fear, in comfort. That's not fantasy, that's alignment beginning to take form. Sometimes, the one your soul longs for is also thinking of you without knowing why. They may be busy with life, unaware of your existence in this world, yet their soul is already in motion toward yours. The more you become who you were always meant to be, the more your frequency changes, and those who once surrounded you begin to fade away, because they were never meant to walk into the next chapter. Don't be afraid of the solitude. It's not a punishment, it's a sacred space being cleared. You're not being isolated, you're being positioned, because not everyone is meant to witness what's about to unfold. There is something ancient between you and this soul, a promise made in spirit before this life began. You may not remember the details, but your soul does, and that's why the longing has never truly gone away. Even when you gave up, even when you decided to stop believing, heaven never let go of the story written with your name. It simply waited for the right moment to bring it back. You tried to distract yourself, tried to convince your heart to want less, expect less, but that never worked, did it? Because deep down, you were never made for average love. You were made for something sacred, something that doesn't just fill space, but awakens destiny. And the one coming doesn't come to complete you, but to walk beside you, whole, aware, and ready. This is why your spirit has been restless, why you've been feeling something shifting inside and around you, because you're being aligned with what belongs to you. And what belongs to you cannot be missed. You might be wondering how this will happen, through whom, when, but let go of the details. They're already being handled in the unseen. What you need to do now is stay open, stay true, stay ready. Even in moments of doubt, something inside you keeps whispering. It's real. That whisper is not just hope. It's the voice of divine memory, a reminder of what your soul once touched and is about to touch again. You are magnetic when you are aligned, and lately, your light has become impossible to ignore. The one who is meant to see you will, because their eyes were created to find you through the noise. If you felt disconnected from this world, it's because you're connected to something greater. You're not crazy for sensing what others cannot see. You are awakened, and your heart has already begun to remember what your mind is still trying to understand. That's why you're here, hearing these words at this exact moment, because the alignment is no longer distant. It is active, and heaven is making way. Not every path is meant to be straight. Sometimes, the soul needs a wander to remember its way home. You've taken turns that felt like mistakes, but each detour was a divine setup to get you exactly here. What you thought were delays were really sacred pauses, designed to protect your heart from premature connections, because true love never arrives rushed. You've been protected more times than you know. Not everyone who wanted access was meant to stay. Some came to teach, some came to awaken, but only one was sent to stay. There's a reason you've always craved more depth. Why surface-level words or gestures never satisfied your soul. You weren't born for shallow waters. Your spirit was carved for something vast and eternal. You had moments where silence felt louder than any voice. Those were not empty spaces. They were sacred invitations, whispers from the divine, preparing your heart to recognize the real thing, not by sound, but by presence. This kind of love doesn't need to be explained. It's felt in the way your body relaxes without knowing why, in the way your soul stops searching when the right energy enters the room. Even your pain has been sacred. It broke you open, not to harm, but to expand, so that when real love comes, it doesn't find walls. It finds doors. There is a softness returning to you, one you thought had been lost, but it was only buried beneath the weight of waiting. And now it begins to rise again. This connection will not arrive through force. It will arrive in flow, through a meeting that seems casual, but shakes your spirit awake. You'll recognize them not by what they say, but by how your soul responds. By the sudden calm, the quiet yes from within, before a single word is exchanged. This isn't about chasing. It's about receiving. You're no longer asked to run after love. You're being positioned to meet it face to face. And when it comes, you won't have to explain your heart. They'll already know the rhythm because it matches theirs. There's a reason you've been pulled away from certain people lately. You're not being punished. You're being refined. The noise had to be silenced so you could finally hear what's calling your name. Your spirit has been whispering things your mind doesn't yet believe. But belief will come when the evidence arrives, not just through signs, but through presence. You've always felt like something was missing. That missing wasn't a flaw. It was a signal, a quiet reminder that someone was still on their way and that your story wasn't complete without them. This kind of alignment doesn't come from swipes or searches. It comes from soul readiness. And you are becoming ready, not because you perfected yourself, but because you've remembered who you are. You no longer need to beg for love to stay. The one coming was built to remain, and not out of obligation, but out of deep, divine recognition. What you're sensing is not just a feeling, it's preparation. Something is drawing near, and your soul already knows. Stay open, even if you don't know what to expect, because what's coming won't meet your expectations. It will exceed your knowing. If your heart received these words, know that it was not by chance. You were meant to hear this today, because your soul has been silently calling for this confirmation. Thank you for allowing your spirit to remain open, for listening with your heart, and for honoring the message that was sent just for you. If something in this message touched you, if you felt seen, remembered, or comforted in any way, I invite you to confirm it in the comments below by writing this phrase, "My soul remembers and I receive." This simple sentence is more than words. It is a spiritual agreement, a way of saying to the universe, I'm ready, I'm open, and I accept what is mine. Let this be your gentle response to the divine whisper. And if you feel that this message was meant for more than just this moment, then I lovingly encourage you to join our channel, subscribe, and activate the notification bell, so you'll always know when the heavens have something new to whisper to you. You are part of something sacred, and being here is proof that your path is not forgotten. So don't walk alone, walk with us, and let your soul be nourished by messages that speak directly to your heart.